how important is the timing of this government formation for Lebanon's stability?
Peace be upon you all, greetings to you and your esteemed viewers. It is a very important matter as Lebanon for 2 years suffered in a political vacuum, and the Mikati's government of the Carter government today, when Said Nawaf Salam managed to form a government which is a very political development, particularly following the election of Joseph Aoun as a president of the republic. There are dramatic changes that would lead to the start of a new phase of such a country that suffered of chaos and followed by a very drastic war with Israel that led to the destruction of most of the territories in Lebanon.
Prime Minister or designate Nawaf Salam has said that the new government will work on restoring trust between citizens and the state. How is that, or how will he be able to do that?
There is an effect during a vast majority of the population in Lebanon. Following the dramatic changes that led to the fall of Bashar al-Assad's regime and cutting the connections between Iraq and Iran, as well as the ceasefire agreement signed between Israel and Lebanon that was a gross strike to Hezbollah. That seems that there is a core shift in the political landscape. Even it was as before the start of the war. Hezbollah used to be the main political player in the southern, and he was holding what is called a disruptive one-third that hinder the election of the prime minister unless he is approved. Changes took place following the Pages operation and the assassination of Hezbollah's leaders in September last year, following the al-Assad collapse in December the past, that indicates a great shift in the power balance, that some operators of Hezbollah withdrew from Lebanon. So that led the elections of the assignment of the prime minister that weren't pleased by Hezbollah, and the only main candidate, Tangier, and before that, Gibran Bassil, none of them got the approval, and we moved on. So the face of Joseph Aoun and Nawaf Salam, and they are not considered by, or rather appeased by, the dual Shiite Hezbollah and Amal movement. So there is a historical moment. Some would believe to execute to Al-Taif agreement, which is the first time to return to the agreement spirit in 2016, when Hezbollah, along with the Amal movement, imposed the political will on the presidential resolutions in Lebanon. So, but we have to wait a little bit, and the Shiite component could be considered as an opposition, and the Shiite ministers aren't from Hezbollah nor Amal movement, and therefore the Lebanese prime minister has a vision, and we all know that he was a very prominent judge and the president of the ICJ and the Lebanon's representatives in UN, so that he has a great respect internationally. So he is hopeful to get financial support from the Gulf and political support from abroad to have an economic reform and correct the relationship between the state and the people, and to start the reconstruction following a devastated war that made Lebanon to live in the worst economic crisis since 2019. I remember the uprising took place in Lebanon, looked to destroy the political landscape and topple the confession system.
From your point of view, what does the formation of a 24-minister government under Prime Minister Nawaf Salam signal for the Lebanese political landscape?
As I said previously, this government, we may say, is an technocratic government. Naturally, aren't, as I said, are component and comprised based on Al-Taif agreement, and a number of the government posts specifically for each sector, but it could be this government compared to the past 10 years that we could look at a conservative as it used to be. So the cabinet formed by 24 ministers headed by Nawaf Salam and Deputy Tariq Masri. Ghassan Salam has returned to be the Minister of Culture and Minister of Defense Mission Mansi, Interior Ahmed Al-Hajjar, Minister of Justice Haidar, and other posts in the government that we may had the opposed before the fifth minister. He is basically belong to
Right.
Amal or Raza Siri, so
Right.
the Shiite component, basically, which is used by the destructive part of the previous